Hey guys, it's me, TheBladeGamer, of course. It's been a long time since I last made a video, hasn't it? I think the last time that I actually made a video was back in October of 2013, which puts it at a little over 3 years now. Of course, part of the reason why I'm making this update video is because I want to apologize to you guys. I want to apologize to the longtime fans who have missed my absence, but I also want to apologize to those that were specifically looking forward to my Wind Waker HD Let's Play. The main reason why I stopped recording videos back then was due to time constraints pertaining to school, and unfortunately I'm still not finished with school, so those time constraints have not gone away. I never actually made a formal update video back then. I didn't feel like it was necessary. I felt that the absence of video content was apparent enough that I couldn't continue producing videos, and in addition to this I had many comments on my Wind Waker Let's Play that asked where I went, and I answered the questions there. So hopefully, if you were particularly interested in the Wind Waker HD Let's Play, you caught note of those comments and saw my responses. As you can imagine, over the course of 3 years, things change, and in my situation, things have changed pretty significantly. I transferred from a small community college to a very large university, which unfortunately means my course load is much heavier than it was back then when I was recording my Wind Waker HD Let's Play originally. In addition to this, to move to this university, I had to move away from home, which means that I no longer have the ability to record with my sister regularly. The only way that I'll be able to is if I come home on holidays or weekends when I don't have much going on. So that makes it pretty difficult to continue doing the Wind Waker HD Let's Play. The main reason why I'm here is because I'm trying to gauge the type of content you would like to see from me in the future. I'd love to hear any responses that you have pertaining to feedback on the type of content that I would like to produce. And if there's anything that you would like to see from me, something that I may have forgotten on this list that I'm going to present to you, or any kind of feedback that you would have pertaining to the list of things that I provided, I would love to hear that kind of feedback. The feedback that I get from you guys is far more important than anything that I can come up with myself. And so, please feel free to leave comments, ask me questions, say anything that you'd like. I would love to hear it and get your responses. So the first thing that I'd like to talk about is the Wind Waker HD Let's Play. As I mentioned briefly in the introduction to this video, there are a lot of challenges with recording this project in particular. I'm not near my family anymore, or at least not regularly, which means that recording with my sister is much more challenging. In addition to this, Let's Plays in general are just very difficult to manage time-wise with school. So if you guys are interested in seeing this Let's Play, I would love to continue doing it, but I really want to hear back from you guys whether or not you're even interested in seeing that project anymore. Obviously, the game is several years old now. There's probably plenty of good Let's Plays out there. I just really need to know if you guys think it's something that's worth me completing, or if I should move on to another game. The second thing that I'd like to talk about is Let's Plays in general. Obviously, this is what I'm best known for. I've made several Let's Plays over the course of my YouTube career. But this type of content, as I mentioned before, is very difficult to produce because of time constraints. As a university student, time constraints are pretty prevalent, and it makes it very difficult to manage a project and upload regularly when I'm doing something like this. So, in general, I would like to hear back from you if you're interested in seeing this type of content in general. I feel like the gaming community as a whole has generally shifted away from Let's Plays as well, but I would still consider making them if you guys want to see that from me. One thing that is noteworthy, though, is Nintendo is making it increasingly more difficult to produce content as a Let's Player. They have a copyright system embedded in YouTube now that matches audio, video clips to game content with Nintendo games. So, for example, on my Skyward Sword Let's Play and both of my Wind Waker Let's Plays, I've had several copyright matches with audio that have made it very challenging or impossible to make ad revenue off of these videos. Nintendo likes to claim that ad revenue for themselves, and personally I don't blame them. It is their content, And of course, I would like to support them in any way that I can. But that's also one disadvantage to making Let's Plays now, especially considering that Nintendo is the company that I support the most through my Let's Plays. So if I was to continue making Let's Plays, it would probably be older Nintendo games that they care less about the content of, or PC games and PS4 games or PS3 games, whatever it may be that I'm interested in at the time. But brand new Nintendo games are probably off limits, unfortunately, for Let's Plays. The biggest thing that I'd like to talk about on this list is streaming. And the reason why is because I think streaming is a much more reasonable way for me to approach making content. As I mentioned before, time constraints are the biggest problem for me right now because of school. So if there was a way for me to produce content on a not strict time schedule, or on a strict time schedule because it has flexible time slots, streaming would be the best way to do that. So for example, if I have a time or a day where I can stream for 2 or 3 hours and play through a game that I haven't played before, or a game that I just wanted to replay, streaming would allow me to do that. And in addition to that, you guys would be able to watch live and talk to me and have fun hanging out and chat with other people. And we could have discussions and chat, things like that. And in a sense, you're getting a Let's Play. It might not be formal commentary, so to speak, but it is me commentating over gameplay, which I think is what you guys were more interested in general, as opposed to me doing bad voiceovers for written dialogue in video games. So with streaming, there are a couple of points of feedback that I'd like to hear from you guys. Would you guys prefer to see me stream on YouTube or Twitch? Personally, I think that Twitch is the option that I'm leaning toward the most. It's the most popular streaming service, so I could bring in new fans as well. And YouTube doesn't really have all of the kinks sorted out in their system either with streaming, which makes it a little bit more tedious and annoying for me to work with if I was to stream. But if you guys are strongly invested into YouTube, I might consider streaming there at the same time as streaming on Twitch. In addition to this, would you guys like to see a face cam? I know that face cams are increasingly more popular with streams in general. And I know that plenty of you are interested in seeing my beautiful face. There's actually a video on my YouTube channel from way back when where I actually showed you a picture of my face, but that was when I was much, much younger. I'm a lot older now, so I've changed quite a bit since then. But if you're interested in a face cam, I'll consider setting one up just for the stream so that you guys can see my reactions or my beautiful face, as I said before. So please just give me feedback on streaming in general if you guys would love to see that. And yeah, this is probably, at least for the near future, this is probably the easiest way that I can make content and will probably be the only way that I make content, unfortunately. One thing that I would like to briefly mention about streams is I could also produce highlight videos that could be uploaded to YouTube. So that is one thing that's nice about streaming, is I can take funny moments or highlights that happen on stream, make a video out of it, put it on YouTube, and then hopefully make you guys laugh. That is one other advantage to streaming that I feel like you guys would be interested in. The last type of video content that I would like to discuss is, discussion videos. They're fairly common on YouTube, and they're probably one of the most popular types of gaming content on the internet right now. So essentially, a discussion video pertains to a topic that's relevant in gaming today, and I give my feedback, my input, my opinion on a topic, and it can be formatted several ways. So for example, if a new Smash Bros. Game was to come out in 2 years, I could make a topical video discussing my top 10 most anticipated Smash Bros. Characters, or the top 10 improvements I would like to see in the game, something along those lines. I could also do something like a game review. So if I play through a game on stream and you guys are interested in seeing a more formal response to that game, I could probably make a review as well. I could also talk about gaming news. That's pretty big. So, for example, one thing that's happened recently that is very, very big is Nintendo revealed the Nintendo Switch, their next big home console slash handheld console hybrid. So I could make gaming news related content similar to what you see popular news sites doing, if you're interested in that. I feel like if I was to make videos specifically for YouTube, this is by far the easiest way for me to make that type of content. And so I would love to hear your thoughts on that. The last thing that I'd like to talk about is social media. So obviously I have not set up a Facebook page for social media, and even though YouTube has Google Plus embedded into their site, I don't use that at all. But would you guys be interested in seeing me create a Facebook page? Would you be interested in seeing me be active on my Twitter account? For those of you who aren't aware, I actually do have a Twitter account that I made a long time ago, but I don't really use it except to notify people that I've uploaded a new video. I have that automated to do so, so you don't actually get to see really anything active from me on Twitter. But if you're interested in the social media aspect of my YouTube channel, I will do my best to be more active on Twitter, and I will set up a Facebook page. I guess something that's related to this is also, would you guys be interested in seeing me set up a Discord server? So for those of you who aren't aware, Discord is a chatting program that a lot of gamers use in particular. It's similar to TeamSpeak or Ventrilo or Skype, where essentially a large group of people can come together and discuss things as a group. So for example, for us, it would just be a way for you guys to talk to me. A lot of you don't really have me on Skype or don't have the or don't have me on social media. So this would be a way for me to interact with you guys outside of streams, talk with you, answer questions, things like that. And it would be a much more personal way to approach me than YouTube, for example. So if you're interested in that, just let me know. And I will do my best to set up social media or a Discord server, as I said. So as I mentioned before, if you guys have any other interesting ideas or suggestions to anything that I presented today, let me know. I'll gladly listen to your suggestions and consider them. Your feedback means so much to me. As some of you are aware, I did actually make League of Legends content with several of my friends on a YouTube channel called Road to LCS. Essentially, we made a daily video series where we played a game showing our progress and improvement over the course of time at the video game League of Legends. So it is quite a bit different than the content that I make for my YouTube channel, but if you're interested, I'll provide a link to that in the description for those of you who were not aware. Hopefully I'll be able to sort something out soon and start producing content again. Winter break has finally arrived, so I'll look into setting up a stream in the near future. But until then, I will see you next time.